So one thing I love about the Tesla is the onboard system. I've been using it for a while and it's amazing. Even with the sat nav, you know, you can, if you're on a long run, it will tell you where to charge, how long to charge for, you know, once you've routed out where you're going. The only thing that I don't like about it is when you're sat driving, it is very much flat like that, looking into the car, which is standard. But in today's video, Tesery has very finely sent out this rotating bracket for the screen, which means that I can actually angle it slightly more towards the driver's seat. You can also angle it slightly more to the passenger seat. I believe it's a 45-degree angle both ways, which is really cool. It comes with all the instructions on how to install it because it is a fiddly job. I have looked into how to do it. You've got a nice foam pad, which is great for when you actually have to take the screen off its bracket. You can actually just place it down onto here or up on the dash once you've removed it. The kit comes with everything. It comes with all these bits. Now you've got there is a sensor up underneath here. It comes with a new sensor. It comes with other covers. So many different covers. It comes with the bracket cover, so it actually looks integrated when it's behind there. And it comes with all the tools needed for the job, including sludger, little screwdriver, spanner, and Allen key and Torx bits. Extra bolts, because you're going to need them, and as well as extra screws you're going to need, and the main offending item, the actual adjustable bracket. So we are going to be installing this and I'm quite excited. We shall first start with, now it comes with the tools, but I'm going to put that down there. I'm going to make the job a little bit easier for myself because I actually have my socket set, my screwdriver set. Let's put some bits up out the way. And let's crack on with the job. Now the first job, we need to actually remove this panel here. I can't actually see what I'm doing, so I'm going to open the door for a minute, move my chair back and get down so I can see it. Right, let's see. There we are. So what we need to do is remove this sensor here, which we're going to need a small flat blade bit, and we will be taking this off a little bit later because it goes on one of the new covers, but we're going to pop it down there for a minute because we have to remove these two bolts right here. With that, I'm going to use my socket set. There is specific bolt. How cool is that? It's got a nice little long collar on it. And for the final one, there it is. Now the screen comes off just like that, slides out. Now I'm just going to place it down here on that cover because we need to remove this part here to then, with these two screws at the back here, and then once that's done we can actually unplug it completely. Now let's make sure we get the right this is where this Torx bit comes in really handy, especially one-handed, because they're not done up very tight. Just like that. Right, so I don't lose these bolts. Putting everything in the cup holders nice and neatly, and that goes back there. We've got this really weird white block that comes off, and then it's just a case of removing this purple plug. Just like that. I did turn the screen off before I removed that, so it's all good. That comes up and out the way. We'll drop that down there. What we'll do is, for protection, a little bit better protection, shall I say, I'm going to put that up there, pop that there, and it's well and up, out the way, protected. Now I am using the instructions because obviously the screen is now out the way. What we do is replacing the bracket into place. We reuse the original screws, which first time moving that is a bit on the stiff side, so finger tight that up nicely. And then literally with my socket, you can easily use the spanner on this, but when you have this sort of stuff in at hand, you might as well use it. Right, and then it's a case of right, so back to the original screw, back to the screen. Let's bring that back down here, and we literally, with this now. Right, and then what we have to do is put this cable through here. I'm gonna push that through just in case, so it's out of the way, and then it's a case of purple connector back in, white weird looking plug thing into place, and then using the two original screws we took out, the other thing I'd recommend is when you put these screws in, so they've got quite a big head to go on, lift it up a little so that there is a little slot just inside for it to take in. It's either that, or you could run the risk of cross-threading it. And it goes in so much easier. And trust me, you don't want to cross-thread these. Right, now that is all done. It is a case of sticking that on there using these two bolts. Now let's just check. These are Allen keys, so let's get the right size. There we are. And all we have to do is get these up in these two nicely located holes. Right, so that is now on and secure, and we just need to move the sensor from under here. You get two covers. This is the cover that I need, so you just unscrew the sensor by using the tool they supply, which just unscrews using the two screws. Just by undoing these two screws holding it in place. There's one. There's two. Now you're not going to reuse these, so to keep them safe, just going to screw them back into there. That way when the car goes back, you'll know where they are, which is really handy. Now, the new panel for the sensor comes with screws. Now obviously it does come with a screwdriver to install this, but for ease, I'm going to use my screwdriver. And as simple as that, that is installed, and then it's a case of let's move that up, plugging it back in, like so, and we've just got to fit it back underneath. It should go hear the click, that's quite a loud click. And there is a cover that you can put on. I'm not going to bother with it, but there it is, all installed. You have full movement. So I mean, we can go all the way that way and actually aim it towards myself. So let me move my seat back into place. And what you'll notice is it's actually a little lower. So from my perspective, obviously it is quite, you know, it is daylight. You can actually see the air vent a lot more, which means the glow at night is going to stand out more. But the downside is you do lose visibility of your charger. I got the speaking mount that goes in here so that you can put your phone. Where is my phone? My phone is in the pocket, which has the compartment so I can put my AirPods in my watch, charge my watch, and obviously charge my phone all at the same time. So yeah, you lose that side, you lose visual of that. But I do have for my phone, which charging on the pad is a little annoying because charging on, I don't really charge my phone in the car on the pad because it gets rather warm. So I have this Spigen mount where I normally put my phone or you know, my wife can mount her phone and watch that on because it's adjustable. She can put her phone on there and she can watch whatever she wants to watch while I'm driving. It's quite a cool little mount. But yeah, everything is now aimed towards me. Let me just adjust it the way I want it. It was a little bit more fiddly than I was to install, and I do have a casualty on my Insta360 Ace Pro 2, and I actually dropped, while it was sort of hit down here looking up, I dropped one of the bolts, and luckily on the screen I actually have a screen protector, and you can't actually see the crack, but I did crack the screen protector, so I have to replace that. But yeah, it's the only casualty I had because it was a little bit fiddly getting the bolts on, but it makes a difference. Like I said, it's a lot lower, so I'll be able to see the ambient glow a lot more that I fitted in a previous video, and yeah, I really like it. The fact that it's now angled more at me, it's easier to get to and touch things, you know, move in, navigate in, all that sort of stuff. It's just easier to reach and to touch, solely for the fact that obviously it's more angled. It's not up. It's hard to explain it because it's not flat there and it's more curved towards me. It just makes it easier to actually touch, that sort of stuff, and that's one of the things I like. And it was not expensive, less than £100, and your screen is angled perfectly towards you, and you can adjust it however you want, obviously within the 45-degree. It does tilt backwards, forwards, you know, it tilts up and down, left and right. Yeah, definitely worth the investment, I would say. So a massive thank you to Tesery for sending this out to me. absolutely fantastic. All the links and discount codes will be in the description below if you want to pick one up. Like I said, less than £100, spot on. Absolutely love it. And it took about an hour to install. It was just fiddly getting to some of the bolts, especially once it's actually bolted in and you put the screen back on. That's where it got more fiddly than anything else. But yeah, definitely recommend it. And on that note, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and let me know what I should do to the car next. Thanks for watching. Adios.